Welcome back, everyone. I'm Zell, and today we're talking about the CRKT Pilar, a BladeHQ exclusive CRKT Pilar. And this pillar, not this pillar, this is the one that Stazza 23 did. Can't have that pillar. That's my pillar. This is one supplied by BladeHQ for us to review right here. And, oh, it is... Well, guys, I'm not going to make this a really long video. If you want to know more about the pillar itself, go back and look at the pillar video that I did a long time ago, and there's lots of videos out there about the original pillar. And the biggest thing you're going to hear in every one of those videos is people whining because it's 8CR13 MOV and it's all steel. So the knife weighs 4 ounces for such a super small knife. And those are all legitimate complaints. Those are all complaints that CRKT should have known were going to come. However, here's the deal. CRKT, I'm sure, had no idea how popular this knife would be. They had no idea that the majority of the knife community would want one. They had no idea that whenever people saw this guy in the bubble pack at the sporting goods store or the discount store were going to be all over it. And I remember right after this knife originally was released, you could not buy this crazy thing anywhere. I got in on it right after it was released from BladeHQ, and I had one, 3 or 4 days after release or something, and I went to do a video on it, and then I went around and looked, and you couldn't buy the knife anywhere. Supply has gotten better over time, of course, because people that want it have got it, and there is not as many people out there looking for it because they finally got theirs. But now we have BladeHQ coming in around the corner with an upgraded version, and a well upgraded version. What they have done here, and don't look at my slightly bloody finger up there. I got cut earlier on a fixed blade that I did a review on. They have taken a pillar that design was turned up to 11 on, and materials were at about a 2. And they haven't turned the materials all the way up to 11, but they've turned them up to an average of about 6 or 7. Which is huge whenever you were at a 1 or 2 to start with. So what have we done? Well, we've gotten rid of that big, heavy stainless show-side scale and replaced it with a nice, light piece of carbon fiber. And well done, well cut. I don't see any voids in it. So, good piece of carbon fiber. And from what I can tell, it is real carbon fiber. If you can see down in there, you see the weave on the backside. So... and I can see the striations up along here. So I don't think it is peel ply, and I'm pretty sure BladeHQ would tell us if it was peel ply. And they list it as carbon fiber. And that would have been enough to pull 35 or 40 bucks out of my pocket. Even though BladeHQ was gracious enough to send this over for this review and for our pass around groups, which was absolutely awesome, and we really appreciate that. But I still would have for myself, and I may still for myself, part with that much money so that I can have one. The only problem is they're not in stock right now. However, guys, if you want one of these, they do have the email me button up over at BladeHQ, and that usually means that they're waiting on new stock. So if you're interested, go click that button. I'll have a link down in the description to the page where the pillar is, so that you can click the button over there and hopefully get an email and nab one before the second run is gone. And we haven't talked about the steel yet. We're almost 5 minutes in, and I've been blathering on about all this other junk. So... what did they do with the steel? Well, they moved us to 12C27. And that is not some super steel, but it's that middle ground steel that I really like. 12C27 and 14C28 in. If I'm going to be looking at mid-grade steels, I would rather see them than VG10 and than a lot of things, because they're fine-grained steels that take an edge well, can be stropped back up to an edge relatively easily, and it's just a absolutely beautiful thing. And so some people may whine about the 12C27. I think for a mid-price knife of this design, it is a beautiful steel to have in there. You won't hear me complain about it one bit. Now, people will ask, well, they didn't go all the way. Well, no, they didn't. Maybe they will. Maybe we will see a full titanium and S35VN or higher model. But I really think that this is the sweet spot for the Pilar. And the reason I think that is you've got the Pilar, we've got the carbon fiber, we've got the better blade steel, and we've still got a price of under 50 bucks. We're at $49.95 over on BladeHQ, and that keeps it within the realm of the average guy with good materials throughout. Not turned up to 11, but that's okay. We're turned up to 6 or 7, and 6 or 7 is a good place for this knife to be. It allows CRKT to sell a lot more of them, BladeHQ to sell a lot more of them, and everyone can still enjoy it instead of it being a rarefied air thing that costs $150, $200 and only a few hundred people enjoying it. So I like what they've done here. I like where they've set it. Would I love to see the turned up to 11 version? Well, you bet. But it's not something that I crave. This right here is about what I crave, and I just cannot keep that blade clean. I got some sticky on it earlier, so I guess this is a good place to get out some of this stuff that Jim has. What is that? EDCI. I need to get it down there. And we'll give things a little rubbing in and see if we can't get the mess off the blade. And I don't know what I got on there, because this is just fresh out of the box. But I know me, I'm sure I got something on it. There we go, that's looking better. And just look at that. Look at those grinds. Beautiful, nice wedge. And let's see how they did on... They did a little better. It's not perfectly symmetrical on both sides. And that's pretty good. Pretty darn close, actually. And guys, that is the win here. They've turned everything up. It's all good. And most importantly, it's still the Pilar. You still get the great ergonomics. You still get all that usability that the Pilar came with. And I really applaud BladeHQ for bringing this on as an exclusive. Because I really feel that if somebody hadn't pushed for it, it never would have came. CRKT just really doesn't seem to be interested in filling the upper niches for anybody or for the customer, even when they ask for them. So we have to have somebody like BladeHQ intervene for us and say, hey, we want some of those, but we want to do something a little different. And then CRKT listens. And I may be completely off base there, but it really seems to be the way it was. You know, the Lucas Burnley squid was very much the same way. Though I like Lucas's knife, this one is, oh, just that much better. And guys, I'm not going to run this too deep. It is the Pilar. And it's in carbon fiber and 12C27. $49.95 over at BladeHQ. It is an exclusive there. And there's a link down in the description to get you there. You guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to watch the Apex News every week right here on the Ozark YouTube channel, where we strive to fill your knife news needs each and every week. And you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.